Hey guys, this is Himanshu here. I want to give a quick introduction about myself, what I do, where I'm from, etc. before I dive into today's video. I am a manager at a Big Four consulting firm based out of the US. I'm currently in the suburbs of the DC area. I work in technology consulting. I have a background of 10 plus years of experience doing client facing work. I worked with clients across the US. I have focused on a lot of execution projects and delivery of infrastructure changes for big clients. Uh, with the level of experience that I have, I thought, I'll make this video which is focused on helping some of the freshers and people with 1 or 2 years of experience understand, what are the key technologies in today's world and what are some of the certifications that you can take in order to build your repertoire and your resume, and also learn about what's coming up and what's some of the technologies that will be the future. Getting certified in these technologies helps you not only to learn more but also to get into the job market at a stronger resume, and also helps you get into those jobs that are going to last and help you make a career out of it. I'll focus on the top five certifications that someone should focus on for the year 2021. This will be a very focused video talking about technology and also about implementation and execution. So stay tuned with me as I go through this list of top five certifications for the year 2021.
The first technology that I'm going to touch upon today is the biggest and the brightest technology out there. Anybody who is looking into getting into a developmental framework based approach is going to focus on cloud in the future. Cloud is the technology that has taken the world by storm. Everything is trying to move to the cloud from their current on-prem environment. What are some of the advantages of the cloud? So formerly there was a lot of focus on data centers and having a lot of hardware devices by all the companies, because the cloud technology wasn't very robust at that time. What it brings is a lot of expenses and a lot of management overhead. What cloud is giving is basically an advantage of having a lot less infrastructure in-house and then being able to get services from the cloud providers. What are some of the key providers today? AWS is the market leader. Microsoft Azure is, I think, on the second place, and they have a good set of technologies. They're trying to catch up to AWS. There's still a huge gap, but I see that gap going down as things progress. AWS is the market leader, and there's no one very close to AWS as of today. The next one is Google as well. Google Cloud is catching up, but market share wise, Google Cloud is still far away from Azure, and AWS has the biggest market capture rate. So in terms of certifications, as someone who has an understanding of technology and wants to learn about cloud, I definitely recommend going for the AWS Solutions Architect Associate certification or the Microsoft Azure Fundamentals certification. I want you to spend some time learning these. Don't rush through it. Don't be a person who likes to give exams and wants to get the certification done soon. These are not technologies that are easy to master. I want you to spend around 6 months or more learning about these. There are so many practice options available. AWS has a lot of modules for learning. Use those resources. Spend time on learning AWS or Azure, whichever path you pick. The fundamentals are very similar, but the naming convention and all of that is what is really different. At the end of the day, it's a cloud infrastructure, so the basic fundamentals will match, but there will always be differences and nuances between the two of them. AWS certification or Azure certification, pick one. Spend 6 to 8 months learning about it and then give the certification exam is what I recommend. Cloud is something that is going to be a big boom. There will be a lot of jobs available in the market for cloud infrastructure associates and leading towards to the path of architecture. So there's a lot of growth. It will give you an opportunity to grow in your company and learn more and more through your work on AWS. Lot of resources available. As I said, there is a bunch of content available on the AWS website itself that will give a lot of learning experience. So that will be my top certification for 2021, AWS cloud certification or Azure, whichever path you pick. The next technology that I want to touch upon is in the cybersecurity space. Security is one of the biggest concerns of organizations in today's world. There has been a lot of different types of cyber attacks that have happened on big firms. So every firm is now very focused on getting into the security world and understanding and being abreast with what is the latest and greatest and how they should implement their security infrastructure. As a fresher, it's really hard to understand, what are the things that goes into a particular security aspect. If you have a drive and passion for security, there are a couple of certifications that I recommend. First one is offered by EC Council. The name of the certification is Certified Ethical Hacker, CEH. That is a good certification to have like a baseline and a strong hold on aspects of security that need to be implemented. Things are small. They give you small details about security aspects, and that's what is the focus of a CEH certification. Again, I want you to spend 3 to 4 months learning about CEH, learning about the different components CEH offers, and that's how it will be helpful for you in your longer term journey. The second certification that I think is very helpful is offered by CompTIA. It's the Security Plus certification. It again will touch upon a lot of the basics of security and the infrastructure and how to implement security measures and protocols. It's something that is going to be very beneficial. Having a solid foundation is going to be key. Cloud infrastructure also has a security piece to it, and having a base from these certifications gives you an edge on learning cloud security as well. So these are my two recommendations on the security piece, CEH and the CompTIA Security Plus. The next one that I want to touch upon is a lot related to the overall aspect of how a project is run and how enterprises decide on when to run a project, how are things supposed to run in a particular project, what are the factors. In today's world, there are two methods that people use for development. One is like a traditional waterfall method, which is still operational in a lot of organizations, but it's something that people are trying to go away from. Waterfall was a methodology where the final product used to be delivered after a long duration and a lot of effort, and if there was a gap in communication or requirement gathering, there was a lot of rework that needed to be done because of waterfall methodology. The second methodology that is in operation and is getting a lot of prominence right now is agile. So in the agile space, the certified Scrum Master is the certification CSM. That is one certification that I totally recommend as a fresher to start digging into. It'll give you the basics of agile very well, and it gives you an understanding of what an agile environment looks like and what an agile development life cycle looks like. So it's going to be helpful. Junior Scrum Master roles are roles that are available in the market that will help you work in small scale projects, and eventually that will help you learn about the role of the Scrum Master, how an agile team is run, and all of the different nuances of agile. So that's a good one to learn and know about. CSM is a certification that requires you to take a 2-day training. In the US, it's approximately $1,000 that you need to spend to get this certification, and it's a 2-day training program that they take you through some examples and also the learning material for the Scrum Master. I know it's an initial investment that you need to make for the CSM and along with the exam fees, but I think it's totally worth it. And in today's world, everybody is trying to move to agile. A lot of Scrum Masters are needed, and in the role as you grow, you will probably move into the next levels of being a product manager in the future. So it's like a stepping stone for your career. The next one that I wanted to talk about is the ITIL. ITIL is also relevant to the overall enterprise space. ITIL gives a lot of information about enterprises and what are the different key factors within the enterprise, how different teams integrate and work together to deliver the final result. ITIL is mainly a library. It's a function of different components that work together in an organization. It gives you organizational knowledge and it gives you a baseline of how projects are run and how strategies are developed. So it's again a good one to have. It's offered by this company called Exin, EXIN, and ITIL Foundations is the certification that I recommend that you take on the project management space. As you grow in your journey within a firm and in project life cycles, if you have a drive for project management, and as you gain more experience, there are other certifications that you can explore, which I'll cover in other videos. But this one is focused on what a person with 1 to 2 years of experience would take as a certification. So my recommendations on this space for project management and development life cycles are: the first one is CSM, Certified Scrum Master, and the second one is ITIL Foundations.
The next set of certifications that I want to talk about are based on the networking space. Networking is a core technology that is needed for any enterprise. Things are moving to the cloud, but having a networking base is always important to get things rolling even on the cloud space, because cloud also involves a lot of networking. Couple of certifications that I want to talk about. One is the CCNA, Cisco Certified Network Associate. This is a Cisco-based certification, and there's a parallel certification that Juniper also has. But this gives you like a basis of learning on how to do routing, switching, the different routing protocols, the basics and foundations of networking, etc. That's a good certification to have if you have passion to pursue a career in network engineering or want to become a lead network engineer in the future. This is pretty technical. There's a lot of actual configurations and all of that involved in this training. This is a training that I want you to spend around 6 months to do a lot of learning on. You may or may not have like actual routers or switches available. If you are still in college and you have access to those through your labs, please leverage those. If not, there are like simulations that you can use, but do a lot of practice in how things are configured, how a particular routing protocol is configured, what are the commands that are useful to say develop like a BGP network, etc. So it has a lot of good technical information. The content is mainly on Cisco switches and routers, but the bases are the same. So if you have to work on Juniper, that will still let you work, and you'll have the basics clear. CCNA is a really good certification to have early part of your career if you are into the network engineering space. The second one that I wanted to touch upon is the CompTIA Network Plus. This is a certification that I feel is a little more basic compared to the CCNA. So you can start off with Network Plus if you like. This will clear your concepts of networking and what are the basis of how a network is set up in a particular environment. This will also give you information on all the basic technologies within networking and the routing protocols and switching needs and firewalls and how each of those work. How a particular network is set up is also something that Network Plus gives you a basic overview of. So these are two core networking certifications that I recommend for people with no experience or 1 to 2 years of experience. I want you to focus a lot on these, and these should definitely be done with around 4 5 months of practice and learning and continuous reading. These are good certifications to have to start your career, and then once your basics are clear, cloud networking will also be something that you can take into your own stride and do more from. So networking certifications to focus on: CCNA, and the second one is Network Plus, offered by CompTIA. The last piece that I wanted to talk about, again, it's a very core function. It's the databases. Databases are something that are core to any firm. Everybody has a set of databases to use. People get outsourced their database function, but still there are DBAs who run the show for companies. Databases, the main two main databases that are most popular are SQL Server or Oracle database. There are more databases that are coming up. Things like MongoDB is very popular. In terms of certifications, you can pick any of these and do a certification on. SQL Server is a very popular one, but MongoDB is definitely gaining a lot more popularity. Oracle certification is called the OCP, Oracle Certified Practitioner. You can pick any one of these if you have a passion for databases and data related work, and that will help you in being successful as a DBA or a database administrator in the future. This is very important, and this is core to the function of an enterprise. This also has implications in the future to cloud. So there's a lot of connectivity that happens from the cloud to the databases, and there's a database function within the cloud as well. So if your concepts are clear through these certifications, you'll be well served, and these certifications are going to help you. A couple more things that I wanted to touch upon before I close for today were two technologies that I feel are very important in going towards the future. First one is Python. Python is a programming language that I think everybody who has a passion for data needs to learn. Python has their own set of certifications, but use the resources for learning Python. There's a lot of content available online to learn Python, and if you have a passion for coding and data together, Python is a great fit for you. The second one is a data visualization tool. It's called Tableau. Again, Tableau has a set of certifications that you can look to pursue, but it's very helpful in doing a lot of visualizations. It has a lot of different channels available and different views that you can create for your clients or for your firm needs. Tableau visualizations are very easy, and it's not a very tedious tool as such. Once you have a hand of it, there's a lot of visualization positions that are open, and people prefer to have junior to mid-level resources doing a lot of Tableau work. So that's another one that you can think about. So this was my video about the top 5 certifications in today's world and the emerging technology. Let me know what you think about these. Do you think if I have missed out any that should have fallen in this top 5 certifications for 2021 video? I'm excited to hear from you on what are the things that you want to know more about. I'll try to put my experience together and give you an overview of what I think on different topics related to IT. And I'll try to come back with more content. Hope you like my content. Give me a like, share my videos with all your friends who are still in college or who are new to the corporate world. Hopefully this helps you decide on your career path, and I'll be here. If you have any questions, shoot me a comment. Subscribe to my channel for more such content, and I'll be back with more videos. Thanks for watching.